Let's see the quick demo of React Native app which I built this product store for web application along with the Android application. So here the same application as I can see which is support in our Android app along with in our web application. So let's see the quick demo how actually working is. So simply it's have that navigation for different for web application, same navigation which have the Android which has that different layout. Same things actually also it's just product. So these are the different look feel over here the for web application, and the product store also is available in mobile application which has also different look and feel. So that we are trying to build over here. So let's go to start to build our application. So before I start, I'm especially recommend if you first time visit my channel. So this is my .NET real world example, and here you can learn many things other like front end, back end, mobile application, game development and all, AI integration. So many things you can just learn it. So yeah, I'm especially recommend just go through this and you can learn many other things as well. So now moving start to implementation. So let me open a terminal. So I'm going to here and open a terminal and go to that particular directory. So I'm just going to my directory, my project directory over here, and here simply I'll just trying to create a application from that scratch. So for that you have to install your node.js first. So make sure you've just installed, and once you install, so I'll just create a project using npx command. So simply I can use this command. See, npx create expo app. Okay, so yeah, basically we are using to expo to create a React Native app, but there is also in native package over there, but we are not using that, but we'll using the expo, so which can help easily to deploy our app or manage our app easily. So that's why we use that app, create this expo, and we can change my name, like for example React. So yeah, and yeah, whatever name you want, so you can just use it, and simply you can just hit enter. So once you hit enter, now see they are just providing. Okay, so just trying to use this app, it is a template, and also this is that example, right? So yeah, basically by default they're taking as a template, and if you want to go inside that, so you can just go this GitHub link. So they are just providing that more information about that how actually React app is working. So those are information is available, those GitHub links, so you can go through, and we have to wait until create that template. So let's wait to complete that. So now it's got created and that application, and I can see they're just providing nice document over here as well, like okay, go to that particular app, and then you can just simply run for Android, run for OS, right, and also run for web application. Okay, so what I'll do simply, first actually I'll just open my web application, right? So I can just simply copy this, and before that actually we have to go to the directory. So go to the cd and React Native app, go to that particular directory which we have just created our app, and just open it, run npm run web, and hit enter. Now see it's got running, and here that the sample app is over there. See, there's nothing special, just a default template. Okay, and now it is running for in our web application, right, browser. But how we can run it our that, what do you say, like Android app, right? Android and iOS. So currently I'm using Windows, so definitely I can run my application as a Android. So there is a two-way actually. See, as like they just providing this QR code. So either you can just go to your Android application and just scan this using Expo, Expo app, and you have to install that Expo app, and then you can just scan this and then you can run it the same application. But we are not doing right that way. Actually we are doing that as a professional way, or as the right way, which can we can build our APK file, right, and then we will deploy it in our application in our emulator or real device. Okay, so for that what I can do, simply I can just close this, terminate that and open it VS Code, so that I can show you like how look like that project, and we can just run it in our Android application as well. So now see, these are that application actually they just generated using that template, right? And main part is over here. So inside this app, in this this is that tab section, and this is that explore, this is the explore tab, and this is a main index file, and which can run your application, right? So if you're familiar that React app application, so definitely you will get that some idea. Okay, and yeah, so now our web application is running properly. There is a no issue, but for running in our Android application, so how we can do that? So there's a couple of way actually. So we will use one of the way, with the easiest way, we will install our CLI. Okay, so there are ESI CLI, which is Expo CLI. We have to install that. So for that actually first we have to go to the terminal, and in this terminal, so let me little zoom it for you. Okay, so that you can easily see that, and let me close that. Okay, so in this terminal, what I can do, I have to just installed that ESCLI. So using this command, this is this global command which can be install this CLI ESA, which can help to create our build, our APK file, or AAB file, which can directly host or deployed in our Play Store as well. So let me just install first. So it's completed, now see it's completed, your package is got installed in your system. And once you complete, then you have to logged in with the ES account. Okay, so for these accounts, you have to just create one of that expo account first. So let me go with the expo account. So I already has created this expo account, see. So but you have to go with this expo dab, right? And in here you can just if I just logged out, so definitely you have to just create an account. So just create an account, which is a free, there's a no cost and all. So just create account. Once you create account, keep it your username and password and somewhere, so that you can authenticate that CLI to in here. Okay, so yeah, for login actually, there is a two way. Ideally, if you're not login, so definitely it will ask you login. So simply you can ES login, and once you ES login, now see, it is asking, so you are already logged in with this .NET example actually username. So do you want to continue? Yes, I can just continue. So once you mention your username and password, it will logged in. Okay, so I'm just skipping that part. Okay, but yeah, I already logged in, so I don't need to log in again. So but yeah, if you do first time, so definitely you have to logged in. So once you logged in, that's it. Okay, so once you logged in, now what I need to do, simply I need to paste this command. This is actually fit to try to build what kind of build actually you are trying to do that. Okay, so also it will just generate few configurations, so that you can just build that uh, based on that configuration. So simply I can just hit enter, and once you hit enter, so it is asking to actually, yes, project is not configured. So this project is not configured, so you want to configure, yes. So simply you can just yes, and once you yes, so it will try to configure your application in here. Perfect. And in here, see, they're asking actually what platform you do want to configure in yes. So yeah, I'll just would like to configure for all or just Android. So I'll just, as of now, I'm just using Android, so I'm just using that. And once you're done, now see, this new file got created over here, es.json. So if you go to that es.json over here, see, they just create this build package file, so that you can just build your package. So yeah, one more thing actually very important over here. Now see, as of now, see, this build package will be create only AAB file, which can use for for our Play Store. But if we are trying to use a APK file, definitely we have to add additional configuration over here. So for that, for example, I just use this preview build system. So I can just add this over here. See, I'm just using this Android, and build type would be APK, so that once I try to use this publish profile on the preview profile, so it will create only APK file, because this time we are trying to use APK file. Okay, so yeah, I think we are good this configuration, and once you're done, now I'll just show you how actually generate our APK file, so that I can install in our uh, simulator or emulator, actually yeah, the emulator, and then also we can use in our real device. Okay, and yeah, I think that pretty much good. And yeah, one more thing, so if you don't have any emulator in your local system, so yeah, you can just use an Android Studio or Visual Studio to set up your emulator in your local system. So now I have already that. Okay, and yeah, if you don't have, so you can just skip this part. You, if you have a real device, so directly whatever APK file we will generate, so that you can directly install in your real device as well. So that I'll show you, don't worry about that. So yeah, let me try to build my APK file to over here. So what would be the command? So it's just simple command. Simply I can use EAS, right, and then I can use that build. And then if you want to use that any platform, so you can use that platform over there. So I can just use as a platform Android, right? So simply I can use this platform as Android or iOS, whatever things actually if you want, so you can use it. And then next, what about the profile? So I just use profile, and profile will be what profile, like see in this ES file there's a couple of profile name, like this is a production. In this build section, see this is a build section, and these are the profile like development, preview, and production. So if you're trying to use that production, so definitely it will create an AAV file, okay, which can use in our Play Store. But this time we will trying to use that APK file, so I'll just use this preview profile. So simply I can just mention over here as a preview. So now I just mentioned that preview, and once you mention this, that's it. Okay, and I can just simply hit enter. And once you hit enter, now see they are asking, they are actually trying to get that environment. So they are not get that an environment, but yeah, they found this preview profile. Okay, and now they are trying to create our Android application. So here uh, they are asking to confirmation, what would like to your Android application ID to be. So I can just simply use that whatever the default things. So yeah, it will just create this ID. And also they're asking like they want to generate Android key store. Okay, so also I can just asking yes, so that Expo will create your key store file for this Android application. And now they will just start uh, uploading our build in our Expo, and now it just get started. Okay, so now see they are just providing, okay, waiting for that build complete. And yeah, now it's in queue. And this is your we can say this is a link where you can track your build, like how actually they are trying to build and create your APK file. So directly you can just copy and go to copy here, and go to this browser, go to here. And once you here already, if you logged in, so it will just logged in that Expo account, and it will show it over here. See, this is your build artifacts, which is just trying to create a APK file. And whatever the dependency required on this build that APK file, everything is in this Expo contain. Okay, so that's why we are using this Expo, because it is helpful to create our APK file without any dependencies in our local system. But yeah, if you do, if do you want to create on a local system, definitely those are dependencies required. So there is a many things required, so that's why I'm skipping that part. But yeah, I can just wait now. See, they are just trying to build everything one by one, like pre-build and all, everything. And then once you complete, it will just create over here that APK file. And this APK file directly also we can install in our emulator, and as well as in your um, real device. So yeah, we have to just wait to complete this. And once you complete, now we are good with that. Okay, so let's wait that. So finally it's completed, and here we can see it's just completed, and also it is asking to install and run this Android build on your emulator. If you want to yes, so it will yes. And before yes, actually I want to show you one thing. If you go back to your exp account, and this is just completed, and they see all that step has got completed, and it just create your APK file over here. The build output is a APK file, and simply you can just download. So build download. So once you download, and it is asking to where you want to download, so you can just use this APK in your real device also. Just share this real device and you can just install. That's it. Okay, so I'll just keep it that, so that I can share my real device, and then we can show it on the installation. Once installation can show that on my real device. So that is done for real device. And also just go back to your here. I just want to download, or we can install our uh, emulator. So just open it over here side by side, and I can just yes. So let me yes it, and once you yes, now see the download size is 78 MB, and it will just trying to download in. And once you download, so it will try to install in my emulator as well. So let's wait to download and install. Now it's got downloaded, and once you download it, now just see it is just trying to install your app. So it will try to install your app. So now see it's got installed, and also just trying to open it directly, and now we are good. Now see my app is running perfectly, my emulator. And if you want to see that app name, so this is my app name over also here. So React app, I think I just installed two, so it could be not this one, so that first one actually. So if you go here, so yeah, this is that one. And once you open, so this is my app. Okay, so now this is just complete that process, like create your app, React Native app, and also just try to install your Android using that APK file, and also it can run your web application. So now next part would be like, now see as of now both app is similar, right? As you can see, this is my Android app and this is my web application, right? But both are using the same layout, like as a mobile and web. It should not be like that, because if we are trying to build on a platform specific app, so that should be as a platform specific layout or design and all, right? Like for mobile I think we are good for this navigation, but for web application this is not right. So for web application, definitely our navigation should be on top, right? Top or on the side, and also look feel would be just different. So that we were trying to build over here. Now we will create on a product, like we'll take a in memory some item of that product, and that product we need to bind for both, like web application and Android application. And for look feel would be you know based on that platform specific, like platform should be like if it's a mobile, so it should be a different look, and for web application it should be as a different book. And also navigation should be as a based on that platform, right? So that we will try to do that. So for that, go back to your application. So this is my application, right? And yeah, so for now whatever we have, right? So simply I can just push these changes in my GitHub link, so that you can just use it. So let me try to push these changes. So yeah, I just push these changes first, all the changes. So let me push that. Cool. So now this complete app, actually I just push my uh, in my GitHub link, so you can just uh, go to there and take it. And now we are implement that. Okay, so first of all, what I can do, I'll just create that product, right? So for product, so we will just create one folder first, like data. Okay, and inside the data, what I'll do, I'll just create my product list over there as a temporary product list. But yeah, in upcoming session we will just build this as a shopping app, and in there we will just try to use real product from shopping app. from my API, but as of now we will just use this. So let me create a name of that file, products.ts file. Okay, and in here we will just create our product, but before that also we have to record another. So just create another folder, look like types, and in this type, inside that, create a new file, call it to like product. Okay, so let me create a product ts file, product ts file. Okay, so in this product ts file, whatever that product and model item, so I can just specify over here. It's simple, like we can just create an interface and we just export the type as a list. That's it. Okay, and now go back to your product types, and in here we can just bind our data in here, but before that actually we have to just import that product. So yeah, this is that, just binding a sample data. So yeah, I just use that product over there as a model, and then I can just bind it as data. That's it. Okay, so this is that product as ready. Now second things, actually we have to just create that two list, actually two component. One is that for mobile, one is for that our web application. So for that I need to go to this component section over here, go to that component. So let me create one item over here. First new file over here, and just make it product item dot tx tsx. Okay, so this is basically a mobile list, will be designed, which can bind for the mobile, and similar we will use another one is a product card. Okay, so this will be for new item. Okay, so in this new item, or not new folder, actually new item, so in this product card, actually it will be display for my web application. Okay, so let me add same extension tsx. Okay, so now we have to add the design over there. Okay, and yeah, one more thing, actually we just use the common product list, which can which will be a main container, which can detect that platform specific data, or that design. Okay, so for that let me create another one, which is a main tsx. Okay, so this is that main component, and also we will create web navigation component, so that we can just navigate based on our platform specific. So let me just create another component for web navigation tsx. Okay, so these four component, actually we have to just create it over here, and later on we will just create a dashboard, but yeah, as of now we'll just keep it just simple to bind this. Okay, so now we have to add that design one by one. So first I'll just add a design for product card. So let me get that product card over here, and now I already just built the design, so I don't want to write the code again one by one. So yeah, this is just simply as a component which can nothing, just whatever the dependencies, actually we just depend using the dependencies, and also we use our product, right? And in here simply I just use that theme view, and this is the theme styles and whatever the categories. So see, this is that categories actually in this themes, complete themes, right? And we just bind it, and this is that complete style, whatever the style. So we just create a style. This is simple react mechanism to create your component. Okay, and this is the export function, and that's it. Okay, so yeah, and here is a number of two item, actually whatever design actually we says, and it is the price and all. So this simple is the binding concept. Okay, and then we will just bind our product item. So go to that product item, and again we just simply use that design. So this is a style, and this is the our binding for that product item. It's pretty much simple, right? So yeah, that is fine. Now go to that my main product list. Okay, in this main product list we can just use that over here again, that is style, and along with their you know differentiate like which platform will be used which one. Okay, so now here is see again that your whatever the dependencies, and once you've done dependencies, so here we just specify about like what is that platform operating system. So it is just for BAB. So if it is BAB, so we just bind over here as a design, and we will return our data based on our component, right, the product card component. Okay, and if it is not this BAB application, so definitely it will return for that mobile list layout. Okay, and in here we will use that product item. That's it, right? So this is that main, and also there's a design also we are specific based on their uh, platform. So like this way actually we can just build. Okay, and now what I can do, actually we can just create another component for the dashboard as well, so that currently I want to show you some one dashboard. So let me just create the dashboard as well. So inside this component I'll just create another component which is dashboard txt, and in here we'll just use that dashboard design. Okay, which nothing is special, it is just same things like dependent on your platform. Okay, and we just bind our product item or product card. So see, this is product list, this is a main product list actually we will just call, but inside that we will handle actually what is that current platform, and we will bind it over here, right? But here just see whatever the feature list and a product feature list, so we just bind in over here, and that popular list we are just binding over here. That's it. Okay, and also whatever the categories actually we just binding over here, the category system. And yeah, I think it is pretty much good over here. The mobile layout also we are just define that mobile layout, and yeah, that is pretty much good. Okay, so don't worry about that, I'll share this complete component information in my GitHub, so you can just check it, take it. And yeah, still it is not saved properly, so let me just save all that component over here. So once that new component got created, we have to just modify a little bit in our old component. Okay, so which is like that the layout and all, right? So because we just modify our layout section, so we have to go by that. Where is that my layout? So go to here, component section, app section, inside this tab. So see inside this tab, ensure that not outside the tab. Okay, inside the tab actually we have to manage our layout. So go to the tab and layout, and in here we have to just modify our new mechanism. Okay, so whatever existing one we have to just change it over here. So like this way we have to use inject, or we have to reference our BAB navigation, and based on this actually we have to define okay which tab or which navigation actually will show for mobile or BAB application. That's it. Okay, so that's one thing we have to taken care over here. Second things we need to change as a, this is the another product product component, right? Either we can change it, but yeah, as of now we just keep it simple. So I'll just change modification inside this component. So simply I can change my component over here, simple, nothing, everything I just replace, and whatever my product item or product data I'll just use and bind it over here. That's it. Okay, as a product list. See, nothing special. And yeah, one more thing actually we have to change in our index.txt file. In here let me just change it to here. So see, I just remove everything and only just use my dashboard and product, because I want to show this my starting uh, page, indexed page. We want to show this two product, right? So I just use this two product, and this two product actually we have to just logged my some process, and then we just call it to dashboard. That's it, because we are using the dashboard, right? So yeah, I think that is good now. And one last thing actually we have to modify on the component UI section. So go back to that component UI section, component UI section, and in here we have to change actually icon symbol over here. So if I can see, so in this icon symbol txt actually design, we nothing, we have to just add additionally few items over here. Okay, so that actually we need to change over here, and also we need to change to our mapping. Okay, so change to this, to this, and that's it. Okay, we just add in a few more mappings over here so that we can use it, and then we are good. Okay, now save it, and now our implementation should be work. Okay, so let me just save everything, and now first let me just run this to my, let me open another terminal, and in this terminal we just open my web application first so that we can check okay how's look like. So I can just use this command like npx export start to web, so that is also fine to run our application. Okay, so it is running and I can see there is some error. Okay, so what look like this, so see I'm getting some error just because of I missed something. Okay, because I have not implement our web navigation component. Okay, that's why it's getting error. So what I can do, simply close that and also terminate this over here. And if I go to that over here, see web navigation, so see nothing, I just implement. So this is that important part actually for web navigation. So in this web navigation actually they will just decide actually to which component actually just navigate and all. So I just made some uh, I just need to navigate it over here. So see now navigation item over here, so we have to as like a route, right? If you know the route concept, so this is similar. So if that's home, so it will go to this the main home page, and then if it is explorer, so it will go to in our product, right? And also these icons, like whatever icons we have added, and this is that also this logic actually handle that your navigations, right? And based on this actually it will return also. This is that just a little tricks to navigate your things, and also touch untouch based on that your mobile or web application. And also this is the design, so that we have to use it. And once you're done, now save it, and I'm good with that, I guess. So now start that, and once you start, it should be fine now. Okay, it's complete. Now it's trying to run, and it's taking now. See how beautifully look like our application for that web application. And also see the navigation. If I just this is that component actually loaded for product with this different feature product and popular product. And if you go to that product section, now see all that product actually is available over here, right, along with their categories. So now we have to check for that Android as well, like the same things is properly working or not. So for that again, it's just simple as like we have done previously. Same things I can just try to over here, just I need to build again so that our APK can be built, right, or create in our expo account, and then automatically we can install in my Android app. Okay, and now simply hit enter and just get it that that build like profile, your preview profile, and just trying to compress all that project to that particular site, let expo account. And then finally they just start the pipeline to create our APK file, and we have to wait for that. And also we can see that pipeline got triggered over here. If you go to that account, and that pipeline should be triggered. So let me just rebuild and go to my, yeah, so it could be not native React Native app. Yeah, this is that one. So see, this is that last one, we just created this one, so now it's got started. If you expand that, so yeah, it just started. So pipeline, so now it is for the environment section, and one by one whatever the step they will complete. And once you complete, we will installed our emulator. So let's wait for complete. So here I can see it's just completed. Again it is asking to just install in your emulator. So before that I want to see in this here, just build got created, that again just create APK file, and it's just almost taking, I guess, see build time and the total time, yeah, 12 minutes, right? And we can see that all the steps, whatever steps they are completed, see there's a couple of steps they have just completed. And now go back to your applications in here, PS Code, and I can just tell yes. So once you give that instruction, so it will start to download, and once you download, it will installed over here. So previously it was look like this, but now it will got changed, right? So let me just complete downloading and wait for the installation. Okay, now downloading has been completed over here, and now they are just trying to install over here. See, now already installed, and once you install, now look has been changed for that the new application, right? So now see, it is a dashboard, and the dashboard has that different all that features over here. Even if I want to see the categories, what are the categories, it is available. And if I go back to that product list, so yeah, all that list, product list is also is available over here. So yeah, I think this is the way we can easily build our React Native app. And yeah, we can just uh, create our application for as a web application, along with that Android or iOS application, right? So yeah, I think you can just use it. You can just use this code to here, and I'll just push these changes so that you can just modify over here. And one last thing actually I want to try over here. So currently I just create over here this APK, right? But this APK only for once you just try in your Android app or in emulator, like install that. But in real world example, definitely we required for Play Store or another way where we can just share my uh, build package, and everyone can use it in their uses, right? So for that actually we have to create for AAV file. So how we can create that? So for that we can go back to over here, and instead of this this profile, like preview profile, what I can do, I can use for production profile over here. See, this is that production, right? So I can just use this production profile over here instead of this preview, and yeah, that's it. Okay, and simply I can hit enter. Command would be same like es build, and platform, whatever platform you can just present, and profile you can just use that production. So once you use the production, so now it will just create again, it will just start you know uh, that all that pipeline, and once you get that pipeline, it will just create that package. Now it's got started waiting for free tire queue, right? And if I go back to here and just check this, now see, it just started along with that build version. So this is that Android Play Store build, right? And this is just Android internally distribute system, right? So that's how actually we can just start our um, build for that Play Store, and it will just create our Play Store AAVK file, and then we can easily deploy it. So yeah, let's wait for complete. So finally see, it's just completed over here, and also it's just create artifacts or AAB file, okay, for that Android app. And if we go back to here in your exp account, and it's got created AAV file, which you can just download and use your Play Store to publish, or share this one to all the world. So yeah, I think this is the way you can just create your Play Store build easily to use in our React Native app. So yeah, before close that, actually I just push these changes all that, and also I'll just show you what are the changes we have just made for to implement. So simply for that platform specific implementation, I just change over here for this, like we have just created web navigation, and just based on this we have just changed it over here. For this product here, product list, we can just change for this couple of things over there. For the index component, we just use our dashboard and product list, and we can just show it over here. That's it. And yeah, additionally we just create our dashboard component, product card, product items, and then product list we can use for that both. And this is the web navigation, and this is just add some few icons over there. And that product list, this is that our in-memory product list and that product model. That's it. So we will just push these changes. And yeah, and for uh, next actually we will just use currently we are using in memory data product list, right? But in that next we will just consume our web API and a shopping web API, and we can build a complete shopping online online shopping app over here in this using our React Native app for our application in our Android application as well as the web application, right? So yeah, till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.